Hi, welcome to this month's monthly update. As you can see, we are here in New York, in Manhattan, and I'm here with Joan Holmes, who is the head and also, from the very beginning, the founder of the Hunger Project. Hi, Joan.
Hi. I'm glad to be with you.
Yeah, we have a very exciting couple of days ahead of us.
I understand.
Yeah, we're going to be tomorrow at the Clinton Global Initiative, where we're going to be announcing a project between the two of us. So I thought what we'd do for this update is have a little conversation about the incredible connections that we have found in our conversations with the Hunger Project and why it's led to this this Pioneer Club that we're going to be doing. And there's going to be incredible, in the years ahead, there's going to be some incredible connections that many of our life members are going to be involved in as well. So I'd like to just have a conversation with Joan and just go through some of the ideas behind the Hunger Project for others who may not have heard about it before.
Right.
So how would you sum up the overall philosophy and vision of the Hunger Project?
I'd sum up the overall philosophy and vision as saying that fundamentally what's most important is what kind of relationship the organization has with the hungry people.
Right.
Now, as I've told you, I lived in India, I've been in 17 countries in Africa, I've been with the people, the hungry, and the people in the conditions of hunger. And what I've noticed is that they're doing the lion's share of the work. They work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are the most committed to the end of hunger. The only thing that they need is the empowerment to have them succeed at their already goal, which is to end their own hunger. And we in the Hunger Project have a methodology to empower people to become the authors of their own development. They have the right and the responsibility to be the authors. What we provide is a methodology, training, financial support so they can succeed.
Right. What I really love in terms of the principles, one of the things you talk about is how if we step into the future and we look at what a world without hunger, a world without poverty looks like, and we work back from that, we start making different decisions.
That's right.
In fact, one of the examples you give, which is great, is the idea of giving mosquito nets from the, and you think, actually, if we're at a point where we're now sustainably out of poverty, we would not have mosquito nets being imported from the west into the east. It would be the people on the ground actually creating their own mosquito nets and building that. So start from that point of view and actually empower that kind of production happening already at grassroots level.
That's exactly right. So now there's an international buy-a-net, to prevent malaria.
Yeah.
But the issue is, Africa's able to produce their own malaria nets. And if we would give them the technology, transfer the technology, then they would be able to produce the malaria nets. The people would own it. They would use it more. They would use it more, and it would be successful.
That's right.
So it would be empowering people to do what they want to do, rather than treating them as passive beneficiaries and giving them things that last for a day or so. But if you transfer the technology, you transform their lives.
That's right. And in India specifically, the Pioneer Club, which we're launching at the Clinton Global Initiative tomorrow, we just heard, I think it was yesterday, for the first time we heard that it was going to be the first of the commitments which were going to be read out on stage.
I know, can you believe it?
So we're going to be up on stage together.
I know, I love that. And I think it's so important it's going to be announced at the Global Clinton Initiative.
That's right.
That's a huge, very important initiative. And it brings entrepreneurs in the private sector together to solve world problems. And I think Clinton is to be congratulated for doing it, and I will be honored to share the stage with you. I'm impressed with your investment, Roger. I'm impressed with your vision and your whole network of entrepreneurs to create a better world.
There's a really interesting thing that happened when I was in London and we were talking about the Hunger Project. Daniel Priestley, who heads up our London office and has a very successful business himself called Triumphant Events, he is going to be coming to your 30th anniversary dinner. He's coming from London. And one thing he was talking about the Hunger Project and the concept of hunger is he was saying that entrepreneurs drive themselves through hunger. If you're not hungry for success or hungry for being able to create value and be able to make a difference, there's no way you'd ever be an entrepreneur. And he was talking about the concept of the Hunger Project, focusing at hunger, Excel focusing at hunger, but it's shifting hunger to a different level. If you take the concept that, in fact, living a life where you are not hungry to achieve anything is the wrong thing to do. And if you say, well, then take the idea that we simply choose at what level we actually are operating with our hunger. And if we can actually lift people from the base level of hunger being just food on the table through to a higher purpose of hunger, which is actually to go out there and make that difference, then effectively there's a shift that starts to happen. And I think we're all involved in this shift right now.
We are.
And the connection between the two, I really like that. I mean, one thing Dan says, he says everything's about being hungry, being humble, and keeping those two.
Well, you know, if you look at the Hunger Project, it's true that undeniably that the hunger to meet basic needs is met by the Hunger Project. But the other thing that the methodology does, as you well know, it satisfies the hunger to have voice in decisions that affect your life. Mm-hmm. It satisfies the people hunger for pride, for dignity, for accomplishment, for having a life that means something, for making a contribution. On all of those levels is where the Hunger Project works. So there is food on the table, but there's a transformation at the basic level of what it means to be human. And when that transformation happens, you can satisfy your basic needs, but you are able to do so much more in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The specific initiative that we are going to be announcing tomorrow and the commitment that we have made is that we're going to work, Excel is going to work with the Hunger Project on specifically a project in India where we're committing $5 million US, and as well as that we are committing our time. We're going to have a group of us Life members, 50 of us, going to India in January, which is also the anniversary of Gandhi's death, the 60th commemoration. And we are going to be meeting some incredible people while we're there, but we're also going to be spending time on the ground with the Hunger Project, and that money will be going towards creating some incredible change. So, Joan, just in terms of that change and how we've actually set that out in the commitment, could you just run through what that is?
Well, I just think it's extraordinary what you're doing. The $5 million will directly empower 50,000 women who have been elected to local governments that they call them panchayats in India. And the truth is, women haven't been able to serve in panchayats for 5,000 years, Roger, as you well know. And now, very recently, they have had the opportunity, but they have really been constricted to their homes. To have them be successful, they need the training and they need the empowerment, and that's what the Hunger Project provides. Yeah. Your particular investment will empower 50,000 panchayat leaders, which will change the face of what's happening in those areas, and for all time. It will also, those people, these women leaders, work through their panchayats and will have impact for 15 million and more people. So the leverage of your money will be extraordinary because you are empowering the key change agents for the end of hunger, and that happens to be women. And it is women because they are assigned all the jobs of meeting basic needs. But because of discrimination, they have been disempowered to fulfill that responsibility. Your particular investment will break that resignation, will break that suppression, will break that discrimination, and empower women in India. And when you do that, that is the key to the end of hunger in India. Yeah. So I congratulate you.
Yeah. Well, thank you as well. It's really good to be working together.
I feel the same.
Much fashion coming from you. I'm vibrating off you right now. you know, coming from Singapore, it's really, I mean, just conceptualizing that. Coming from Singapore, Singapore has 4 million people. It's a city in itself. And the idea, just because of the leverage you've created through the Hunger Project, that we can actually get involved in a way which allows us to be able to impact the lives of 15 million. That is just so many multiples the size of Singapore. Yes. And everyone listening to this, think about where you're living right now and the size of that city, and everyone you walk by every day, being able to actually be involved in something and tie it together. This is the concept of worldwide wealth. This is what we're all getting involved in and becoming part of. So we're going to be heading off to the Clinton Global Initiative. By the time you see this, it's going to be in October, so it'll be the month after this. By the time you see this, there's a good chance that you would have also seen the press that's come out from the Clinton Initiative, and you're also most likely at that point to have heard from your city leaders and country leaders, because we have our leadership program happening straight after the EBS. We have got people from all over the world who are going to be coming in for that as well. Joan has her 30th anniversary anniversary celebrations, which are going to be amazing. And some of our life members are coming to that here in New York as well. So we have got some very, very exciting things coming up in the month ahead. I won't go through all the detail right now because this has been much more focused at this one project as an example of just what a difference you can make by just stepping up and becoming part of something to make a difference. Think about what you're doing right now. What passion do you have that you can just make that connection, make that difference, create that project, and then, like we always said at Excel, show up, step up, and give back. I want to thank you very much, Joan, for your time.
Thank
Wonderful
you so
to be
much.
here in the sun in Central Park.
Roger.
Thank you as well. I'll be shaking your hand again on stage tomorrow.
We will. I look forward to it,
Very
Roger.
good. Thank you.
And an ongoing partnership.
Absolutely. And thank you very much, everyone, for watching this as well. Have a magical month.